Good morning, MarketChameleon.com. I'm Adam. That's Will. What's up, brother?
Getting ready for another day in paradise, baby. Another trading day.
You look ready, dude.
Oh, I'm ready.
You look unshaven and like you just got back from a duck hunt.
I was out this morning early.
What were you doing, man? You doing running or what are you doing?
No, I was out hunting. I was in my tree stand. Still deer season here.
He does have his tree stand out back, man. Remember, everybody, option trading is risky. We're not telling you what to do. We're just giving you some trading ideas. You got to do your research. That is what the Chameleon is for. Will, why don't you go ahead and bring up the screen for us? If you are on YouTube, remember, click that subscribe button, tick that bell. You catch us live here every morning. If you are on the Chameleon, thanks for joining us. Click the top right-hand corner. There's a subscribe button up there. If you click that, you can follow along with the data and analytics, free for 7 days. And, oh, the coffee cup. Are you really going to bring us the coffee cup, dude? This is your news of the day?
A Starbucks cup. How come you didn't report on this yesterday?
Because I actually report on things that matter, dude. Are you kidding me? You're going to bring us Game of Thrones? You're not even going to bring us a spoiler? You're going to bring us that there was a coffee cup, apparently, that's in front of the Dragon Lady?
That's a great spoiler. I mean, how could it be right in front of the Dragon Queen? Right in front. Anyways, great news for Starbucks. I mean, is there better free publicity?
Dude, there is. I mean, this is the type of thing. This is what I said about Schultz running for president, man. This is like a never-ending perfect stream of free press. How do you even know it's Starbucks? I mean, how can you even tell from that cup?
Why couldn't you force-fed a market chameleon onto that stage?
Dude, how much would you have paid to get the chameleon cup up there?
Oh, I mean, can you imagine some strange coffee cup?
Dude, there was this cup and it had some sort of lizard creature on it. We're not sure. We're researching it. What it was.
Oh, that's awesome. But anyways, if you're looking to get bullish Starbucks on this great free advertising campaign that's blowing up on the web, there you go.
Why is my face still on the screen, man? What are you doing, dude?
Oh, because I wanted to see a reaction to. So anyways, one of the greatest chameleons of all time, Michael, shot a email yesterday to build a watch list on El Presidente's tweets.
The tweet.
Now
Yeah.
Building a watch list for the entire tweet sphere of Trump may be hard, but I'm looking at it as volatility moves based on his China tweets.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, if you look at my watch lists, I gave it a wonderfully creative name, Trump Trade War Tweet IV.
So you're saying you've built a watch list, so anytime Trump tweets about China, this allows you to quickly search through Chinese companies that you're interested in, that you think might be affected by those tweets.
What I did, and we're obviously gonna get an email from Mike if this is what he wanted when he was recommending it. But I was looking at stocks where the IV increased yesterday, so the implied volatility was affected by Sir Trump's tweets.
Right.
So, I mean, that's my thinking.
Nice.
And you had to back out, I backed out most of the companies and just went with the indexes. I did put in Asher. It is a Chinese ETF, QQQ. Anyways, I put like 6, 7 in. If there are any not in there that, actually, I'm going to put this yin in right now. So you click on the plus. Now, there was one stock I was going to put in there, and I wanted to talk about it, is this Deere. I do think this may be affected by – this is a stock not affected by – it wasn't an earnings or something individually in the stock. And actually, I'm going to put Nike in there. A lot of these products
Is that John Deere? Is that what that is?
Yeah. It's the tractor.
I saw Bernie tweeting about that the other day. He was mad that farmers can't work on the John Deere tractors that they're leasing or whatever.
So the government.
If I buy a tractor, why can't I work on it? It's not fair, dude. I love how he's.
I see what you're saying. So they can't. So to keep it's
Whatever.
probably
Dude, you know the way it is. To keep it under warranty or whatever, you have
yeah.
to have a professional mechanic who I mean, whatever it is. I don't even need to read the tweet to know what it is. Everybody who has anything you've
You're so
bought.
cynical. Bernie's a good guy.
Dude, he's
You,
so,
I mean,
it's
listen,
so wrong, man.
I'll
It's
bring
so
up,
wrong, dude.
I'll bring up a picture when we were living in Burlington and you were running around in your tie dyes and Save the Whale shirts.
Dude, you know what
and
it is? It's somebody who thinks they
your
know better than
Rastafarian
everybody
hair
else,
with
who's
your hair.
smarter than everybody else. Everybody else is an idiot, and if they just listen to him, then everybody would be fine. I mean, dude, I was like that too when I was 21, not when I'm 41 or 61. I mean, you learn that you're fallible, man. Don't you learn that you're fallible and your choice is not the right choice for everybody? Can't you learn that?
I don't know. Should we build a Bernie tweet? If he gets in office, God, I mean, you're just gonna have to be.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's when it's get out time, man.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely, man. There are times when you must. I've talked to you about this, man.
So you say you leave the country?
Absolutely, man. Sell everything, go.
Don't you have to do that before though? Like you have to plan ahead, no?
Cash out.
So you're telling every chameleon, just take all your assets right now. If you think there's a probability that Bernie's going to win.
I tell you what, thank God you live in America and there's still a level of people realize that the individual drives everything. And so I know that's not going to happen. I'm convinced. I'm positive.
Well, no. You're wrong because it's a coin flip. But you're right.
Coin flip? Man.
I think right now it's. I
think we need Jon Snow for president.
Huh?
Jon Snow for president.
Oh, you want the Game of Thrones actor? He can't run under Jon Snow, I don't think. Or maybe he could. That'd be great. And he had to show up.
By the way, are we going to do a prediction for who actually ends up on the Iron Throne? Are we going to do that prediction? Who do you predict, man? What's the smart money say?
I think it's going to be Jaime's baby, who's resting in the large female knight's belly right now.
Really?
Yes.
Oof, man, you are sharp, man. You're going down. I didn't even know that existed. But you are sharp.
I don't know either. That's a long shot.
That is a long shot.
Anyways, I put in I dropped Trump trade war IV into my credit call spread screener. If it's a continued bearish market, it is down today, and there are lots of opportunities. 681, and
we'll do some filtering. Let's filter by theoretical edge. Let's get the highest theoretical edge right there. What do we got?
I like the lowest theoretical edge. EFA.
Wow, look at that.
There you go. So lots of opportunities in the Trump tweet trade war watch list that I built, both on the credit and the debit spreads. So do your research, take a look, build your watch list.
Can we set up the Chameleon to read tweets in real time and then adjust accordingly?
If we get some outside capital and bring in like 30, 40 more PhDs, yes. I then went to the earnings calendar because it's still going off, man. Still going off. Two that looked interesting were EA. We always like talking about those the game councils. And Voya. Just joking, not Voya. TripAdvisor was the one that interested me. Electronic Arts looked at the earnings option strategy outcomes detected, and these calendars and diagonals are showing up, which are cool. Those are new ads.
Yep.
As opportunities. I looked at the credit put spread, 5 of 6, 83% in the last 6 earnings. Did a screen, and there are lots of opportunities to dig deeper. High theoretical edge, win rates, downside cushion, percent return, pretty nice. Good stuff. TripAdvisor, I did the same. Also, the calendars are showing up. The credit put spread showed up. Credit crawl spreads. I looked at what did I look at? Disappeared on me. Let's look right now. TripAdvisor. Let's see if there's any in there.
When was the last time you used TripAdvisor? Ever?
What's that?
Do you ever use TripAdvisor?
I don't.
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
What is TripAdvisor?
It's
Is it
basically a
a
platform that people can game to make their restaurant do better. Dude, I mean, when we had the spa back here in
Is
Costa
it a
Rica,
consolidator?
dude,
of
it was
book-
like, it was just game city, man. People would game that thing like nobody's business. Just full on gaming that system, man. Yeah. Maybe they figured it out. Maybe they've got it better now. But still.
What do you mean? They'd get people
They
to
would
give
just get people.
recommendations?
Yeah, they would write 50 reviews on a restaurant that's a week old, and they'd pop to number one in the area. Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Yep.
Did you take advantage of that?
What do you think?
I mean, do you have to set up dummy accounts and I mean, is that the legwork it takes? Or you
Man,
really?
it's
I mean,
just
people.
you want look, every system that's built by a human and run on a computer can be gamed. I mean, that's what we're talking about with Facebook. That's what we're talking about with Twitter. That's what we're talking about. Every single one of these, Google. I mean, hello, you can manipulate Google. Still can, obviously. I mean, their whole business is set up for people to help you game the Google search algorithm, right? But the computers and the companies get better and better at stopping it. But it's still possible, of course. Of course, it's still possible. That's what I was saying. I'm sure TripAdvisor is much better than it was a decade ago.
Yeah, it is. It isn't. I mean, the thing with me is I don't go on many trips. So, what advice? The whole concept of someone advising me on a trip is almost. I need advice.
I'm telling you, the way to go now is back to the old travel agent, man. Travel agents are the way to go. They're the way to go, man. You just call up a dude, call up your guy, and you're like, I want to go here. And he comes back at you a day later with tons of options. And that's the way to do it, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, because there's so much noise out there.
Oh.
It's
seriously, how much time did you spend trying to book your flights to Florida? It's a pain, man. It's a pain. And dude, it's just
It really is. And now you worry about the cookies embedded on your computer that you're getting screwed because you've done one search on flying to You ever realize that? You do one search.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then the next time you go, it's like $300 more. You're like, what? I'm not going, I guess. That sucks.
Absolutely, man. Head on a swivel.
Head on a swivel.
What else you got for us, man? What are you looking at? I see you looking at your phone. What are you looking at your phone for?
Oh, how do you see that? I thought
you're not allowed to tweet while we're doing the show, man. I've told you this.
Oh, I've got stuff going on, real live stuff. Some interesting large upside move after some call activity in AAG. They shockingly shocked with their earnings number. So if you think there's going to be any sort of follow through, I just did a quick screen for credit put spreads to take care upside bullish play. And there are a lot with theoretical edge. Win rates, cushion to the downside, upside. If the stock sits or drifts higher, you're going to do even better.
Yep.
I guess the last thing I looked at was, it was this. Apple and Google removed 3 dating apps. I know you were complaining the other day that Apple was removing an app you loved. I didn't know if it was one of these sketchy ones that was letting kids under 13 sign up.
It was definitely not the kids' dating app, dude.
Oh, all right. I mean,
the one I had is I still have it. It's called Our Pact, which lets you control your kids' iPhone and iPads.
Oh, all right. It wasn't letting kids under 13 date.
That's the stuff I'm actually trying to prevent.
I mean, it's fun. I mean, I mean, Apple is doing all the right things, I believe. So. Do what you want with Apple.
Well, look, man, are monopolistic practices good for their business? Yeah, of course they are. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't call it out, and we shouldn't call it out as what it is and try to dissuade them from doing that because it makes it worse for everybody.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, sure, it's good. Look, if they took away all music streaming apps, there's only one music streaming app on the iPhone, and it's iTunes. Is that good for Apple? Yeah, of course it's good for Apple. Is it good for the end consumer? No, right? That's what we're trying to dissuade them from doing. That's what we're trying to dissuade. Look, they can do it all the time, all they want, and they do, right? certain things come. Spotify doesn't come on your iPhone, right? You have to search it out and get it. iTunes does come living, or iMusic or whatever they're calling it nowadays, comes live on your iPhone, right? So they have an advantage. But that doesn't mean they should ban other apps that don't fit into their paradigm.
You have to. Apple's trying to keep us safe, buddy. They're the good guys,
man.
Google also did a good thing. They're also the good guys.
Be careful, man.
They should just drop the G, add a D. Good guys. Lots of opportunities if you want to get bullish those two stocks and just dropping apps.
Man, they're both
bad players.
Both those companies, they're amazing. But still, I don't know, man. Don't like the monopolistic practices. Don't know what did Google do? So they both dropped those same companies that were doing those dating apps.
They were holding hands on the podium announcing they are getting rid of all the bad actors. Which your app was probably a bad actor. It was probably created in China to steal information. It's bad actors.
Hey, that might be true. That could be true, man. I honestly don't know.
I was going to
that could be true. But in theory, that's not what I read and not what independent people who were reporting on the thing were saying. That wasn't true. Basically, it only allowed me to control the iPad and the iPhone that I gave permission for it to control. So yes, do I have complete access and can I grab stuff from that app? Yes, I can. Or that phone or that iPad? Yes, I can. But that doesn't mean some third-party actor could do the same thing. They can't, right? So I don't know how that is bad or dangerous, other than people could use it in some nefarious way. Okay, that could happen, but that's not certainly not the intended. Anything can be used in a terrible way like that if you hack into somebody's account or something. I mean, but that's come on.
I did listen to a podcast yesterday, and they were talking about the Uber of everything, and that Uber, the platform, is the key thing, and they viewed it as the next Amazon, which Uber. I thought was an interesting.
They were viewing Uber that way.
Yeah, not. I mean, take away the taxi part, right? And that think of it as people want to change the way they live their lives, right? And he was using power drills as an example.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that with the number of power drills sold in America, everyone's got like 4 power drills, right? But how often? It was something crazy like that.
It's some crazy. There's 360 million Americans and 425 million power drills.
There's like all these power drills, but like how often are you actually using your power drill?
Sure.
And wouldn't it be better if you want to use your power drill, you go to your app and basically Uber delivers
a power drill in 15 minutes. Yep.
Yeah, you get your power drill, you use it. I mean, what do you pay for that? Not to have the garage, For people who are living, particularly in cities, this works perfectly, right?
Yep.
And it's, it works with drone. I mean, the whole change of the dynamic works beautifully.
It all comes back to the delivery mechanism is tremendously valued. We talked about this a number of times. Who's going to win that game?
Yeah, and being able to trust the deliverer, right? I mean, so like for the guy who's got the power drills, he's driving Uber, delivering people, picking up groceries, dropping off power drills.
You keep talking about a person, man. You keep talking about a person.
No. Already, again,
you got it wrong, brother. You got it. You join your Lyft as it drives to zero, man. I'll get my Tesla with no people involved, man.
All right, but here's the deal: Tesla doesn't have the Uber is the trust. Uber's already built in a trusted network of deliverers and people who want things delivered.
Yep.
It's right now. It's just them, food, but it could be anything, right? So they've built that platform. Tesla hasn't even. Tesla may have the car, which could be one piece of it. They could. People could be on the Uber platform, buy the Tesla drivable vehicle, and then put it into the Uber platform. Yeah, that could work for sure.
Right. Yep.
But what Uber has is what like Amazon had, right? Amazon at one time was what?
Bookseller.
It went public as a bookseller on the internet. That was it.
Yep.
But what they built was the platform for the the trusted buyers, sellers, people trusted the delivery, whatever.
Yep.
And it's grown into this behemoth, even beyond that, whatever. But Uber could be that same thing to take the generation to the net. And, uh,
I mean,
you
my
know, it's like
personal
this.
feeling is that Amazon's better positioned. My personal feeling is Amazon's better positioned. All it takes is like this thing I showed you, the FedEx. They have the box that just, this tiny box, drone box, basically, that drives around and drops off stuff. Like, that is more along my current thought of way. It's not going to be big cars. Like, to have a big car drive a coffee cup around, to deliver my coffee in the morning, doesn't make sense. If it's a tiny something that runs on, super tiny rechargeable batteries, that makes sense because the delivery costs 45 cents rather than $5, right? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I completely know what you're saying.
So Amazon, having a fleet of these little pods, as I call them, driving around, it just makes sense. Do I believe it's happening and going to happen? I've never been in business. I've never been more convinced of anything in my life. I am 1,000% convinced. This is where we're moving, brother. I'm 1,000% convinced.
Mike's down there in Texas saying you're crazy.
You're crazy. I still like to get my food. Or like you, I like going to the grocery store.
I mean, this is bad for REITs. Everyone, do your research. If Adam's right,
dude, I'm telling you, I have
here.
gone full Uber Eats.
Sure.
I've explained this to people around me. They still shake their head like you're crazy, but we don't really grocery shop anymore. We get a little bit of eggs and bread and snacky type stuff, but if we want a meal, we call Uber Eats and we have it delivered. We do not. I don't go shopping for 2 hours on a Saturday. I don't do that anymore, man. I'm completely free.
Advised on your growing waistline?
I'm completely free of that, dude. Completely free. And I eat better. Guess what? They make better food. When I call up the Indian restaurant, guess what? It's the best food ever. 1,000 times better than anything I'll ever make.
1,000 times?
1,000 times better.
Oh, my God. This world's getting large.
Hear it, dude. You hear that, people? What that is that is dissension. That is people who say, no, I don't want to live that way. Well, guess what? You're all going to live that way. I'm telling you, man. This is happening.
Every last chameleon just hung up on you. It's just you and I now.
You keep an eye on the REITs. Spend your time in the grocery store, man.
If this is true, REITs could be dead. A lot of them. Shopping centers, actually apartments, hotels, people have more time in their homes. But any retail space, shopping centers, be careful. Be very careful.
I guess, hey, I might be an outlier, man. You love going to your grocery store.
No,
I just like every 2 days
I like having fresh food.
Dude, what's fresher than delivered to my house immediately? What's fresher than that?
Have you?
I like to select the food. I have a very special eye for my potatoes.
Wait, you have no idea other than your taste buds what that food's about. You have zero concept.
Dude, I have no. I guarantee I'm the worst food
heroin
ever.
in it. It may have food heroin in it.
I'd like to just go and browse and shop and see what's fresh. And just, dude.
I like to squeeze my avocados. You just like your avocados showing.
You are insane. Maybe people want to do that. I do not. I'm definitely not the only one who does not want to do that.
You like them chopped up and delivered in a plastic container and just stuff a chip into the bowl. You don't even put it in a bowl. You just open the container and stuff it in your mouth. I got you. I hear you. Sit down. Do the Uber guys feed you? No silverware. We don't have silverware in our house. We just plastic utensils.
Look, man. Look what you would do in the old days. You would think about Mr. Moneybags, right? What does Mr. Moneybags have? Mr. Moneybags has a chef who prepares his meals. Mr. Moneybag just shows up for dinner. Mr. Moneybag eats his dinner and walks away, right? You're telling me people wouldn't like that service? Considering that was held up as the top thing, like the magical thing.
Who in God's name is Mr. Moneybags? Can you show me a video of Mr. Moneybags? I have no idea who this guy is. You mean
let me put it in a way you'll understand. When you used to watch Different Strokes, and they'd have dinner, right? They would have dinner. It would get served to them, right? That was what we held in America as the great, when you truly became wealthy, you would have a chef who would prepare your meals for you and you would eat your meals, right? That's what I'm
That's
talking
true.
about,
All
but
right,
in
I see what
a
you're
way
saying.
that's far more efficient. That's all I'm talking about, brother.
Gotcha.
Right?
No one wanted to spend time in a hot kitchen. You're right about that.
Of course
I
not,
was
man. Now you're
pre-air
getting it.
conditioned.
Now you're coming
Pre-air
around, man.
conditioned.
Now you're understanding. Okay, so
So
I understand it takes a while for people to understand where this is moving, but this is where it's moving, man.
I'll tell you, that's relative to getting the food delivered by the Blue Apron and which is very expensive.
Yep.
It's probably not that much more to get Uber Eats to deliver to you every night. You're right about
And what
that.
happens, what it opens up, imagine this. It's not just Taco Bell and Blue Apron. It's Frank who makes a mean steak down the corner. And Frank can now
Wait. You mean people are selling stuff out of their kitchens?
I'm
to your
telling you,
delivery door?
what they're now calling pop-up kitchens are happening, where you as a chef can make stuff in your kitchen, sell it. You maybe only make 10 meals a night, but those get sold and those get delivered.
This is super interesting because full disclosure, my brother mentioned to me, this was probably, Jesus, how long ago was this? Maybe 10 years ago. He's like, listen, I got to tell you, this is a great site. What you do is you put your rooms in your house.
Why don't you bring up your face
rent.
so people can see what you're talking about, man?
Bring up what?
Bring up your face. You don't need to show the chameleon for this. So you're
really?
you're gonna tell. There you go, man. Gotcha.
Oh, this is. I'll leave the story at this. We've gone way too long into the chit chat, but probably 10, 12 years ago, I got a call from this guy, my brother in Costa Rica. He's like, I have these rental properties. He's like, you got to get this app up. What you can do is you can take a room in your house and put it out for lease, short-term lease, vacationers. I'm like, what? You're going to let some random person in your house, you're going to trust that they're going to be good. And he's like, you got to look at it. So I look at it, and I have a place in Philadelphia, and it was ripe for this type of conversion because one of the units wasn't very good, and I never got the great market rents for it because it was split around the staircase. And I could have split them into 2 apartments and put it on there. In Philadelphia at the time, there were 3 people on this app called Airbnb.
3.
I was like,
you could have been number 4, dude.
You're crazy.
You could have been number 4. Do you know how you would be the top rental in Philly right now?
There's 3 people doing this. Whoever's going to do this, people aren't going to trust each other. But what my brother's saying, he's totally right. Now that I think about it, I'm not going to make the same mistake. But Uber Eats, I'm thinking in the back of my head, who wants to get something from Paul's Kitchen?
Right. Who wants
kitchen?
Taco Bell every night?
But
like you're going to run out. Who wants Taco Bell, dude?
What happens is people trust that app. Allows a trust to build with reviews, just like Airbnb,
Exactly.
And they will receive steaks from Paul's pop-up steakhouse.
Literally, Frank next door could be selling you. He cooks a burger. He's got 2 extra burgers, man. Right? Imagine that's how granular this can get.
Oh, I agree.
Complete granularity where everybody can be in business doing this stuff.
One day,
wants to be a chef.
what this means is one day. Even though I like going to the supermarket and picking my own fresh fish, touching my avocados, feeling those pears, it's over for me.
It's over.
I will not 10 years.
Well, no. See, now you've missed it, dude. You've missed it again. You become a very good selector of fresh produce. Maybe you offer that as a service, right? See, this is the way it can go, man. It can go deeply, deeply, deeply granular. The only thing that was needed was the build of this delivery mechanism, and that's what kind of Uber is.
So we'll have an IPO in the coming week, I think, of Uber. So be very interested in what it does.
Can we get some? Can you bring us some info for tomorrow's show on the Uber IPO?
Probably not, but I will look into it, see what's available.
All right,
the chameleons.
Good stuff today, man. Lots of chitty chat. I don't know if people like it or not, but hey, man, this is what it is. It's the viewpoint. Get on board, people.
Is that what it's called now? The viewpoint?
Let's name the show The View.
Oh.
All right, guys. Remember, if you're on YouTube, click the subscribe button. Tick that bell to get this awesomeness every day. If you're on the Chameleon, top right-hand corner, Click that subscribe button. You can follow along with Will's data and analytics, absolutely free for 7 days. And have a great day trading. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Good luck, Chameleon.